Interests.me is our email newsletter and publicity tool for community groups. Today we're gathering for a community action event to clean up some local woodland, publicised using our Interests.me emails.
Hi, I'm Helen Cammack and I'm one of the founders of Interests.me. I'm a community person. I'm a Beaver Scout leader, I run a community group called the Horsell Snow Angel, and I'm involved in my local residents association and action groups.
Where I live is typical of lots of places. Organisations such as churches, conservation groups, community choirs, the PTAs and the WI form the backbone of the community and give residents opportunities to get involved, volunteer and be less disconnected to where they live.
But a lot of these organisations are in trouble, and it's because they struggle to communicate effectively with the next generation, so they're not getting new members.
I started running social media classes and workshops for community groups where I live in Surrey, and this was to be the initial market research for Interests.me.
I discovered that those who run community groups tend to be older and rely more on face-to-face communications and less on social media. And social media just doesn't seem like the right solution for groups, where a lot of their members, volunteers and organisers are older. Only 17% of over 65s use Facebook regularly, and only 3% are using Twitter.
But young families and younger people, who these groups desperately need to attract to keep going, expect digital communications and can't always make all the face-to-face meetings. Email newsletters and email mailing lists can bring the generations together. Email is reliable and gets read, and nobody needs to sign up to anything new or unfamiliar. And email can be really effective in getting the message out. Yet most community groups aren't making the most of email. We also began to see the benefits that might be possible if all these groups were more joined up together and able to help publicise and promote each other's activities. What groups needed was a simple email newsletter tool that also helped them to promote and publicise themselves. At the end of January, we launched the first version of our Interests.me community-focused email newsletter tool in Woking in Surrey. We held a launch event and invited community group leaders. We demonstrated our email newsletter tool, showing how to manage mailing lists, how to use Interests.me to create a simple but beautiful sign-up page for any group, how to use our tool to create stories, which can then be used in emails, and how to make those stories publicly available so other groups can use them. How to use our tool to put these stories together to create a great-looking email newsletter. And finally, how to use Interests.me to help other groups in the community by sharing their important stories in your group's emails. We had some great feedback.
I've learned today that Interests.me, the prospects of what you can do with this tool is amazing, and I think it should be looked at by all sorts of, not just resident group, but all sorts of organisations.
The other groups that are in Woking that are picking up, we can add our information together and to promote each other.
It's a fantastic website, it's clean, it's crisp and it's very professional.
It makes us more of a social network within our community group.
Since we launched in January, we've had 150 local groups join, and we've created 10 community networks. These are community microsites where groups who belong to the same local area can directly publish their important news and events and get sign-ups to their mailing lists.
We think we're succeeding because we really understand our users. We focused on serving those users who find other solutions difficult to use. And once we've converted them, we find that they're very active in recommending our tool to other groups.
28 volunteers have come this morning to start helping.
It's my first day here and I've been having a great time.
We hope you like the way we're starting to connect communities. Connecting up the groups within an area makes those groups and the community they belong to more resilient because they can attract new members and start to thrive rather than struggling to survive.
The next stage is to get local businesses onto Interests.me so that they can not only enjoy the benefits of having an email newsletter, but they can also do their bit by sharing community news with their customers. This benefits everyone.
If you have a group, we'd love to help you get started. It's easy to get on board. Just register your group at interests.me and start connecting with your community.